Rising family, grand rising. Your welding coach Joe Brown, aka Black Phoenix, checking in. And this rising family, I am going live on YouTube and I'm also going live on TikTok. So I appreciate everybody checking in with me this rising. And I wanted to talk about mobile welding workshops. I was thinking over the weekend having this celebration and this ceremony with my son turning 13, big thing. It's a real big transitioning stage for a male and for a female. When you get into that teenage, you're not just 12, 11, 10. You know what I mean? It's a whole nother experience. And I was thinking of the need of starting learning the trades in middle school. Middle school is very, very, very important. And now in Arkansas, they got it out where a person, a teenager, can work without their parents' permission at the age of 16. So if you can start working a real job at the age of 16 and you start learning how to weld at the age of 13, do you know the money you'll be able to make and the skills you'll be able to acquire at that age? Like, it's mind blowing. And I was thinking about being able to offer the welding experience and the trades to all ages. And some places can't afford to have a big school, and some people can't afford to spend a whole lot of money getting started, but they can afford to spend some to get the experience, to see something that they want to do, and to be able to purchase their own, small, mobile equipment if they got their own little shops or garages, or be able just to come out to be able to put 4 hours into the trade, once, growing up, getting that time can make it real beneficial to a person when they're learning the trade. I think having mobile welding workshops can allow the students and the individual who want to learn, if it's a business person, if he's an entrepreneur, if it's a side hustle, you going to school or you work on time, bringing a workshop to an area and making it convenient for the people. I think it's an asset because, having something that's affordable, under $500, I think in between $250 to $350, I believe. I have to look it up. Depends on which one it is, and be able to create an experience where you can actually learn something, fam. You can learn the trade, not just, oh, I'm just coming in here doing something. I had one guy told me he spent about $350 for a 4 or 5 hour experience, and they was just using a MIG welder to put some bolts together. He was like, man, I felt like I really lost my money, but he was like, I've already spent it, so I'm already, dived into it. And he took my $1,000 program, and he was like, man, I learned so much, and he learned so much about the process, how to, what to look for, how to make the weld sufficient, what to look for with troubleshooting the machine. There was so much he learned from that experience that he was like, man, it was worth it. Like, he literally, him and his wife came down, got a room for a week to learn welding for me. And so, the opportunity to have someone who's experienced being able to teach you on a one-on-one setting or in a group setting. So the group settings probably, I'll be no bigger than probably 10 to 12. I say 8 to 12 people at one time. That way it ain't too much, but 8 to 12 is a good crowd, that we can learn a lot. And it's not too much machinery and not too much going on. So the goal is to have between 8 and the 12 setting, you know what I mean? So, but in that setting, you can be able to learn a lot. And especially when you're spending your money, one thing I learned, People spend their own money. When you invest your own money, you have a different connection to the education versus someone who get a free scholarship or something. They'll get a free scholarship at something and won't even utilize it, and it was a $5,000, $10,000 scholarship. You, on the other hand, spent $1,225 to learn something, and you got way more out of it than what they got out of it, and they got the situation for free. So I believe being able to create this mobile welding workshops and bringing it to different areas, I think that it's going to be a benefit for those who want to learn, always wanted to do it, didn't just have the opportunity. Now, I know in certain places they do have certain little workshops that they do here and there. The goal is to create a whole different vibe with it. I actually only want to do it on the weekends, Saturdays, Sundays, and where we can be able to do 4 hours each setting. And it's probably just going to be starting out, once a month, twice a month, and then getting it where we can do once a week. The goal is to do it once a week, but probably getting started, it'll be, once a month, twice a month, till we get things around. But the goal is to bring the MIG welding process, the stick welding process, the TIG welding process, the flux coring process, pipe and structural. We want to have different courses set up where a person can learn different things, and I think that's where the specialty come in at, and then it gives the individual the opportunity to say, hey, let me see if I want to do some piping. Let me see if I want to be just TIG weld. Let me see if I just want to mess with this MIG or this flux core. You know what I mean? It gives a person the opportunity to see what they want to do without breaking the bank. And then on top of that, you get the opportunity to learn from someone who already been recognized for what he's been doing. I put that picture up of me being recognized in that magazine from Freedom in Welding, and that article is so on point. It's so much I could have said, but it's everything in it was right on point as far as what I experienced, how my mom introduced me to welding. See, I got introduced to welding in prison at the age of 17, and while I was in prison, she wanted to change direction, just like I want to change my son's direction, and I went and had that ceremony, and I've been starting to teach him welding already. She wanted to change my direction, so she came down to prison and introduced welding to me, fam. And her goal was to say, you know what? He's used to money already. He's been attracted to the money. I grew up in a hustling environment, so she knew that getting out, getting a regular job just wasn't going to cut it, fam. So what she had to do was give me some type of new motivation, a new passion, something to believe in outside of what I was doing. And so what she did, she introduced welding. And she introduced welding to me off a commercial. And ironically, I got to be honest with you, she told me she seen a Tulsa welding school commercial. That's what she said. And it's talking about welding, traveling, and different prices. And she heard the guy say they make $100 an hour. When she heard that, she's like, bam, that's it, $100? Oh man, he'd be all over that. And you can get a GED, a high school diploma to do this. Oh, she just knew, she knew, oh, okay, now I gotta get him set up. So she gave me this off of a hope, fam. She planted that seed. Now my mom is the reason that I have over 20 years experience to this day. But my mom never had a welding chart. She never went out in the field. She never was in the shop. She never gave me no welding hoods. She never put nothing on, like none of that. She just gave me hope, fam. She planted a seed in me. And I looked up to her. I respected my mom. My mom was my hero, not just because she was my mom. She was a true queen, fam. She talked to me. She was transparent. She gave me life principles, taught me how to live, deal with life, deal with women. Like, she taught me a lot. So I respected her. And I know when you get something from someone you respect, they can just give you a seed, fam. a seed, and that seed can grow, fam, and that seed can grow. So I'm knowing when you get something from someone that you respect, when you get someone that someone considers to be a celebrity or famous or to be known in the field, doing it for a long period of time, you respect it more and you respect what they have done with it. And if being around me 4 hours physically touching it can be the game changer for someone, it can be what they need to take their life to a whole nother level. If my mom can just plant a seed while I'm in prison on visitation, and I was in handcuffs, fam. So you think that you getting around me, being able to experience a 4 hour setting, a 5 hour setting, or getting a block, getting $1,000 set, block and say, hey, I want to learn, this time or whatever, because other things will be available. But just getting around me for that workshop, that could be what you need to change your life. My motivation, me helping you, guiding you, talking to you about it, sharing stories, the full nine, that experience can change your life. So not only am I giving you a job and teaching you how to weld and just giving you welding, but I'm gonna give you an experience. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to have an experience where you can ask questions and be around someone where you might not thought it was possible. So if anyone haven't got the opportunity to read my story, I will most definitely say check out. I have Art Junkies have a couple podcasts up on me, Hog on Welding, Joe Brown, you do with that. The Fabricator magazine, Still Building America, saved by a combination of welding and music. That's on Educator, Still Building America edition. So I got plenty of things talking about what I've done. Then this magazine is actually the Urban magazine. It was established in Little Rock. You can go online and see it. I actually got a few hard copies. You can still get a hard copy too. So, but all of those things and all of these different things that have been documented on me have showed about what I've been through, the businesses I started, my ups, my downs. And I think that when you learn it from someone who have experienced things from all levels, it gives you a different edge to it. It's different than going to a regular school where you just a number, fam. If you're giving them folks 4,000, 20,000, 30,000, I have seen people just get recognized as a number. But when you can spend a small amount and you can get an experience too, and you can be around someone where you can be able to get the passion. Because one thing about passion and about purpose, when you get around someone that truly has it, it like spools out of them. Like it touches you. And if you don't have a lot of passion and down, you get around somebody with some passion, man, you going, whew, I got this. You like, it's gonna give you something, fam. So I think having these workshops, be doing them personally, because I'm gonna be starting out doing these personally. This is gonna be my new business venture, and I'm gonna start off doing these personally. And like I said, they're only gonna be on the weekends getting started. And the goal is to bring a MIG welding course, a small combo course where you do some MIG welding, some stick welding, some cut and torch, and some cut and torch, and probably some plasma torching. Then I'm gonna have some for some MIG welding, some TIG welding, and just different specialty courses. But getting started, we're just gonna probably have 2 different ones, and then I can build a program. I build a nice portfolio of what people want, and then, the goal is just to bring them on the weekends, come to different areas where I can come to different cities and pull up and network with the people, really have a good time, man. We can fish, fry, barbecue, whatever you do, whatever city you're in. My goal is to really bring an opportunity and experience and get my heart on with you, share my story, take some photos, do some blogs. Like, I really want to be able to give people an opportunity to learn the trade, but also the opportunity to turn it to a job, to a career, to a business. And that's one thing that I love about welding, and that's one thing I can give to you personally. A lot of welding instructors and a lot of welding schools, they just want to teach you how to get a job. That's it, fam. And there's nothing wrong with that if you just want a good paying job. But a lot of us need a little extra. And if you want to get a little extra, it's not working hard trying to get that extra. It's not doing overtime on that job all the time. You can only do so many hours with your body. You can only spend so much time away from your responsibilities and your family, your loved ones. You can only do so much of that. So you got to learn something else, and that's where I come in at teaching you how to use your welding money to make money. Teaching you how to be an investor with your welding. You can always transition. Teaching you how to make products with your welding. A lot of schools and a lot of instructors don't do that. They don't teach you how to fabricate and make things to make money. They don't teach you how to use the job to invest in yourself, to invest in your career, to make different moves when it comes to being an entrepreneur and starting a business. Like, they don't teach you how to get out of prison, how to use the trade, how you can network it and use it to put yourself in a position, because you already got a strike on your back. I'm a fella. I did 10 years in prison from the age of 16 to 26, so I just wasn't there in a couple days. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was there for a full decade, fam. You know what I mean? A solid decade. So I can tell you my experience and I can show you what you have to do once you get out of prison. I have been to different welding schools where they have inmates and federal inmates that can get out and they think, man, I'm gonna try to do this with just a job. And I'm knowing, like, man, you're gonna need a little bit more. And one thing I learned in my family, information. Information changes your situation. Information, fam. It's not, we think, oh man, knowledge is power, but knowledge alone, not applied, is vain. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think it's more than just having knowledge. You got to have the wisdom, family. It got to be applied. So I think what I have to offer to the welding community is going to be phenomenal, because I'm giving a person the opportunity to scale their trade, not just keeping you in the box. You're going to have the opportunity to scale your trade networking with me. You can be a worker and you can start from making this look much into making the best, or you can turn it into a business, or you can turn it into a great career, some products or whatever. Like, I'm going to give you the opportunity to learn all of that by around me, asking questions and showing you what I've done. Actually speak louder words, fam. I don't have to just say, hey, I'm this person, hey, I'm this. You can go back and you can Google me. You can Google Hog on Welding. You can Google Hog on Welding, and you can see what I have done in the archives I've laid. You can see the photos, you can see the pictures, you can see the states where I've traveled everywhere from South Carolina all the way to Washington State. You know what I'm saying? Where I literally got my hog on, fam, doing structural welding, pipe welding, installation, repairs, you name it, steel, stainless, you know what I mean? So learning from someone like me, I can give you something that you won't get from a school. I heard a guy say, if you want to be a success in a certain business, why are you going to college and spend that X amount of money and be in debt when you can probably learn under a business that's actually doing what you want to do and making the money you want to make, and learning it straight from them and going straight to the source? See, I learned education, fam. We get so caught up in schools, buildings, mortar, tin, brick, whatever, so schools. But the goal is education. Education, fam. Information changes our situation. And I think the asset of what I have to offer is education. Everything that I've learned, my goal is to pass it down. And I can't do that if I don't bring and create an opportunity. See, I learned that if you sit back and wait, something might fall on you. It might not be what you want. Or if you get it, you might waste so much time and then realize, man, I wasted 20 years. You get what I'm saying? So I learned, fam, the best thing is to get up and go get it, fam. And I'm going to go get it, fam, by example. I lead by example. So if you Google me, like I say, if you Google Hog on Welding, HOGON Welding. If you Google Black Phoenix, BLACKFENIKS, that's FENIKS, you'll see I'm an artist, fam. I'm a business owner. I'm a welder. I'm an iron worker. I'm an engineer. I'm a fabricator. You'll see what I've done, the things I've built. So I can't, it's nothing about boasting, because I don't have to boast. You know what I mean? So I've learned that when you do good and you just continue to do it, people will boast for you. And I can't tell you the situations, fam, I have walked into where I didn't say who I was. I didn't say anything, and I was proud for nothing, but I was doing whatever I was doing, and I had people say, hey, ain't you your welding coach? Man, ain't you Black Phoenix? And I smile, because to me, fam, I don't look at myself like that. But when you get to a certain status, fam, you can't take away how someone else looks. I can't say I'm not a celebrity, I'm not famous if my numbers say I am, if my views say I am. You know what I mean? So I can't, take that away, but I can also not use and be no a-hole, you know what I mean? And be down to earth, because I remember I was telling somebody one day, I was making a joke, fam. I said, man, I am so cool, man. I'm like an AC. I'm so down to earth, you can lay on the ground and talk to me. Fam, I'm telling you, fam, I'm just cool and laid back, fam. And I love what I do. I have a passion about what I do. I can't help it. It spills out. It comes out. It is what it is, fam. So, I allow life to be what it is, with the opportunity, and bring the opportunity to you, and bring it at an affordable rate, and give you a scale where you can do bigger things. But we got to start from somewhere. And we act like, we didn't start small and grow everything we have grown in America. And even though things have got big, we see here we have went from big to things back small. You know what I'm saying? Like modular living. You know what I'm saying? Things have been, changing. So I think we need to learn different things. If you look up the hashtag, imagine your container. Imagine your container. Hashtag imagine your container. You'll see all of the shipping container projects I have been, some photos I have posted, different motivation I have given to help people create homes, businesses, cafes, bars, restaurants, so the opportunity we have once we learn welding, fam, is second to none. Second to none, fam. Once you get it, there's so much you can do with it, fam. They'll tell you, you can create that job you want. I have seen people that I have taught how to weld. I remember I taught a guy, salute out to the guy I taught in Phoenix. I taught out in Phoenix, man, who told me he had never made over $13 an hour. That's what the guy told me. He was a grown man. And I remember once I taught him to weld, family, within a week, that man was making like 17. And I remember seeing the joy and the tears in his eyes, fam, when he was talking to me, because I changed that man's life. And I know he's still on it, because he was still learning how to do different equipment. Like, he learned so much. And I remember him telling me, he said, man, I love how you taught me, because you put me right in it. Like, you threw me right in it. He'll look at something, man, how you do that? Come on, let's do it. That's how I was doing. I was throwing it right in it, fam. Like, that's the only way we're going to learn, is to be hands-on and have the opportunity to have workshops, fam. Let me stop for a second, fam, to lock some of these messages in. I appreciate everybody checking in with me. Thanks for checking in with me, TikTok. Yeah, salute. I like that. Salute to that. One on TikTok said this is good. He says social media is the place where those with the passion to teach can do so without being an educator. And you're still an educator. You're just not like, you said, okay, so say if you're not in, you still can teach and educate people on the real things of life. finances, trades, ownership, relationships, life coaching. Like it's just, man, the list go on and on, fam. The list go on and on. I appreciate that, fam. That was dope. See, salute. You can never stop nobody from saying what they say. I'm always the type of person, fam. I don't even respond to negative comments. So I do appreciate everybody that's checking in. Those who've been liking, sharing, supporting the channel, family, I appreciate it. For those who have been inquiring about the gear, you can go on Amazon Prime. If you got Amazon Prime or just Amazon, and you can put in Hog on Welding t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeve shirts, all that good stuff. You can put that in. I got a nice selection, all different type of gears, all different type of colors, fam. So you can find a nice selection from me. So for those who want to get some of the gear, just check out Hog on Welding, Amazon Prime, or you can put in Black Phoenix too. I got some stuff that's Hog on Welding, Black Phoenix too, so you can put in my artist name as well, and it should pop up. So Black Phoenix is Feniks. I'm sorry. So I just wanted to say, fam, that for those who are thinking about becoming a welder, fam, it's life changing. It's life changing. So much you can do, and it's all about the approach you take on doing it. Like, life is based on what you believe in. So if my mother can plant a seed and get me to where I am today off of something she said to me on a visitation yard in prison, then I'm knowing that a 4-hour experience or a 40-hour or 80-hour experience can change a person's life forever when they look up to the person, when they believe in the person, when, because I was believing in my mom, and if she could do that and never even put her hands on it, oh, man, can you imagine what you can do, fam? I mean, life is endless. Sometimes it can get hot when you're welding under the mask. You can sweat. When I was in Phoenix, it can get hot. It can be hot in the south if you're in real muggy areas with more humidity. So, welding can be heated, but let me say this. Sweating is good for you, fam. Sweating is good for your body. Sweating is good to burn off some toxins. That's why people go work out and do things like that. So if you can have a job and do a little sweating, and not all welding requires you to do a lot of sweating. It all depends on what type of shop you're in and what location you're at. You know what I mean? So, the main thing, fam, I think that having the opportunity to have a mobile welding workshop gives people the opportunity to learn on a smaller scale, but they don't have to break the bank. Gives them the opportunity to see if welding is they want to do, if they want to get into a longer, extensive program, and also gives them the opportunity to experience it from someone who has been doing it for a while, that has been recognized by the system, that has been recognized by those who have been doing it for years. And so, it's more like having just, imagine, this particular celebrity that does acting be able to come and teach you how to act. You know what I mean? Teach you how to do that certain thing. Man, I have a few people, so shout out to Samuel Jackson. Shout out to Samuel Jackson. I had a few people have said it on YouTube and on TikTok that I remind a version of Samuel Jackson. So imagine if Samuel Jackson could come and teach you how to do all his parts that he did on on the Avengers or any one of his movies. You know what I mean? So I think that having someone not only that have a passion in it, but someone who has been recognized, someone who other people consider to be a celebrity, consider to be famous, teach you a trade. I think learning it like that can just get to a whole nother level. It's different than just going to regular school and just having a regular instructor teach you. I think the experience and what you can get from my workshops is going to just be an awesome experience because you're going to be learning from me. You're going to be able to ask different questions. You're going to be able to not break the bank and figure out, hey, you know what? I want to take a longer course. I want to get a 8-week, 16-week. I'm going to get this 9-month course. I'm going to take me a longer course and really get into this welding thing. You can learn that by making a small investment in a workshop. Coming to a workshop, spending $225, $325, $350, and saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to see if this is something that I want. You know, spending your weekend, you know, spending your Sunday or Saturday 4 hours and coming out and really putting your hands on. Or I'm also going to be doing them where you can have mobile calls. So if a person say, hey, you pull up on me, I got some time, I want a one-on-one. I did many one-on-ones. So the whole goal is to make it accessible to those who want it. Everybody got different situations. Everybody got different finances. So I want to make it available where I can pull up to those who want wherever you are at and teach you or your child how to weld. You know what I mean? No limits. If the parent is there, you sign the waiver saying you want me to teach your child, I'm going to come and start getting them introduced to the welding trade. And that's the benefit of being mobile. That's the benefit of America being able to create an opportunity and bring the opportunity to your clients, to bring the opportunity to those who want it, and to not only just give them the opportunity, but to create that experience. So while I was in Fort Smith, I got to give a shout out to this trampoline place. Fam, I got a burn on my leg. I'm talking about I got muscles sore. I had a blast in this trampoline place. And it wasn't just because the trampolines was everywhere. It was the experience too. I got an experience. It was my son's birthday. And I got able to work out. Like, it was like a full experience. And I think that's what it's about. So I had to just give them a shout out. And that's in Fort Smith, fam. So if y'all in Fort Smith area, I mean, y'all ever visit that, I don't know what it's called, but it's a trampoline. If you haven't visited that, fam, you're missing out. So if you're in the city and they got one of them, check it out, fam. So it was just awesome. And I had a great time. Bonded with my son, worked out, met some more people, got a chance to experience a setting, and it was all about the experience, and it wasn't breaking the bank. I didn't break the bank. Didn't break the bank, fam. I mean, we was in there an hour, 2 hours, whatever we paid for, and it wasn't breaking the bank. But it gave us the experience that I would go back and do it again. And I just recommended it, you know, literally because I had a good experience. So I think that when you get the opportunity to learn from someone who got passion, to be picky and pick what you want to learn, not just, you know, when you go to college and certain schools, they make you learn all of this first. I'm going to teach you safety within that first time setting. And after the fam, we're going to dive straight into it. You know, I always love to say, proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. So we're going to start from the base, from the fundamentals, because you can't reinvent the wheel, fam. It's been rolling for a while. But it's 2024, and as we know, we can add some bling to it. We can change the colors of the wheel. We can put some bigger tires and little tires on it. You know what I mean? So there's many accessories and things we can do. So my goal is to bring the trade to you, to your city, to your location. And I'm starting in Arkansas, Little Rock, Fort Smith, Conway, all the major cities. It's a need. I get the call. I get the inbox. I'm coming. You know what I mean? And the goal is to do them on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. So if I pull up in the city, I'll be there for 2 days. You know what I mean? So the goal is to bring the opportunity. And like I said, I'm going to start, I'm probably going to start the first one. I don't know if we're going to have the full big truck and trailer, or I'm just going to have the big maybe up to a 20-foot truck and trailer getting started, or truck getting started, and then to the big truck. So, but we're gonna get mobile and we're gonna get to you. So the goal is, fam, for those who want to partake in that, you can hit the text number. It's 501-400-5806. That's 501-400-5806, and just text workshop, welding workshop. Just text that, fam. Send over email to those who want to email. It's yourweldingcoach at email, yourweldingcoach@gmail, and it's also joe@yourweldingcoach.com. Both of those, all of that is connected, so I just say both. I own both of them. So Gmail, hit me on Gmail, fam. So it's all good. So for those who want to email me and just ask more questions, you can text that number and ask questions too about the program. If you needed to come to your city, you can actually text Welding Workshop, put your city and state in. Let me know once it's a good demand. Like I say, we're going to be doing between 8 to 12 students. I'm going to make it final once I get all the numbers. I say, okay, we're going to be doing this many, but it's going to be between 8 and 12. So once we get those spots most definitely filled, we'll be coming there doing that program there for that Saturday or that Sunday. And hey, teaching people how to weld. I mean, like I say, my goal is to bring it to you at an affordable rate and actually get you learning something. You're going to get experience from it, and you're going to be able to meet me, weld with me, and we're going to have a good time, fam. It's going to be more than just learning how to weld. You're going to be getting a career, or you can be starting your business. So much you can get out of it, fam. But my goal is to change things. And the only way to change things, fam, you have to do it. So I let my son, over his birthday experience, before I let y'all go, I was telling him about knowing what he wants. Once you realize what you want, fam, you have to believe in it. And once you believe in it, you have to go take some action on it. And then you're going to see the result of what you want, or what you wanted, or what you've been believing in. But once you believe in it, fam, once you get the idea, you go put forth the work. The result, which is a 30, is going to come. 2 + 2 =, you're going to get every time. Y'all be blessed, continues to prosper. I'm out. Hold on.